Hello and welcome to Redvee TV, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2022 season, and it's a Redvee TV special. We've been asking our followers across our social media channels for the picks of the season, so whether it's Rookie of the Year or Unsung Hero of the Season, we want to know your opinion. One of the categories that we chose was obviously Player of the Year. So we've collated some of the people who get involved with Redvee TV, whether it be part of the preview show or instant fan reaction, and got their thoughts on their top three for this year. And while they've done it, we're going to do it too. My top three in reverse order are, at number three, this fella is a prop, probably better known as an interchange in a Saints shirt. It's Iggy Parsi. I feel that Iggy this season has been absolutely tremendous. He started a couple of games and he just makes sure that when he is coming in off the bench, he's keeping that kind of intensity going. It's very reminiscent of when we had Luke Thompson and Alex Walmsley starting for us, and Matty Lees did that job. Iggy possibly a bit more of an explosive forward than Matty, but he's still doing the same job. He's still keeping that momentum going and making sure that the opposition don't get a rest. At number two for me, now this will surprise people who earlier in the season knew my thoughts on how this person kind of was fitting in. Number two for me is Conrad Harrell. Without Conrad, I don't think we'd be sitting where we are in the table. I think that because of the injuries we've had across the back lines, he's been pretty much an ever-present. He's been fantastic for us. When we've needed a barnstorming run from him, he's been tremendous. He's been the man to get us on the front foot. Yet, of course, as I said at the start of the season, he had some games where I didn't quite think his defence was there. When he's playing alongside Tommy Makinson, they're a formidable partnership, and hopefully a partnership that we'll see a little bit more from next season. And who knows, Conrad might get that number one place in my picks. Not that it means anything. But I think it shows that, you know what, you can have an opinion and you can be open to changing it. And Conrad's really done that with me. He looks like a sound bloke for around the squad. And yeah, as I say, without us signing him, I think we'd have really, really struggled in the backs this year. And at number one for me is Joe Batchelor. Joe started the season so very, very well, culminating in an England call-up. This season at Magic Weekend, he decided he was a little bit of a half-back. He's kicked round the Wigan full-back, gone round him and plonked the ball down. He's made the break that we got the winning try from. The man is playing absolutely unbelievably well. And I think he's just, because people noticed it at the start of the season, I don't think people have really kind of realised how he's kept doing that and kept going and going for the whole season and never let them standards slip. I think he should be in the England World Cup squad. I think it'd be a travesty if he wasn't, because he has been playing so well. And you know what? He's a top guy as well. I used to go to the back on side men's fitness groups at the Totally Wicked when they were on, and Joe ran them as part of the foundation. He's an absolutely top-notch fella, really nice guy, and he deserves everything because he's done it the hard way. He's come up through the lower leagues and he's now playing at international standard level, and they're my three. Now, we've got everybody else following me, so stay tuned. And hopefully it'll generate a little bit of discussion.
Hi, Peter Elder here, regular face of Redvee TV Instant Fan Reaction and the occasional preview show as well. It's Player of the Year time, and it's a very, very difficult decision. Lots of really strong candidates this year. Obviously another good season, hopefully, to be crowned at Old Trafford again for 4 in a row. Honourable mentions out with my top three for like Johnny Lomax, Iggy Parsi, Morgan Knowles, Joe Batchelor, who are always excellent, and perhaps because we expect them to be excellent, that's why they don't maybe make the top three. But for importance for the team, Number 3 for me is Tommy Makinson. We miss him when he's not there for his goal kicking, for his tries, and also for his carries, particularly out of defence. There's no one better in the comp for me. So Tommy's number 3. Number 2 is Jack Wellsby, who will hopefully get the Super League Young Player of the Year, playing between fullback and halfback. Very creative player, playing beside Johnny Lomax. That allows him to do his thing, and he's did it regularly this year. Scored some important tries, a couple of drop goals as well, and let's hope he's here for many, many years to come. But my Player of the Year is the unrivalled James Roby. We miss him when he's not playing at 9. Performances for the team were not as good when he was playing at 7. He's still got the fitness to go 80 minutes. He's still absolutely vital for the team. He's still a captain, a leader, and consistently one of our best players and one of the best players in the comp. So my Saints 2022 Player of the Year is the GOAT himself, James Roby.
Hi everyone, welcome to Redvee TV. As a contributor to the preview show, the Instant Fan Reaction, we've been asked by Dave and Kev to give our top 3 Saints players of the season. I'm going to start by announcing who we think is our 3rd place. Really tough choice, but I think we've made an agreement. We've got to mention people like James Roby, who's a complete and utter 9, 10 out of 10 week in, week out. Jack Wellsby gets man of the match most weeks, has had a great season. Johnny Lomax, playing with a busted arm, has been outstanding. And then we were really torn between 2. Ella voted 1, me and Joshua voted another. James Bell's had a brilliant season. He's played 3 games in 8 days, twice since he came on in Good Friday. He's been outstanding in my opinion, deserves a place in the 17, possibly even the 13. But I think we agree that our 3rd place player of the season has been the wrecking ball, the Mr. Offload, Iggy Parsi, who's had a great season, has just got better and better as the season's gone on. In 2nd place, who do we say? Who do we say?
Joe Batchelor.
Joe Batchelor, why?
Because he's had a good season.
Because he's had a good season. He's been Mr. Consistent, outstanding again, 8 or 9 out of 10 every week, never let us down. And in 1st place, I think we all agreed, all 4 of us, Catherine recording, when we signed this man, I think we all raised a bit of an eyebrow as Saints fans.
Oh yeah.
But he's been absolutely outstanding, hasn't he? Mm. So who are we announcing as our 1st place?
Conrad Hurrell.
Conrad Hurrell. He's been Mr. Consistent, brilliant in attack, solid in defence, been busted a few weeks and carried on playing, gave the kids his boots in Toulouse and gave him again, yeah.
Conrad Hurrell, he just go bang and then we won. You just go out of the way, people.
So they're our top 3 Saints players of the season. Probably different than everyone else's votes, but we all see the game different, I guess. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
Hello. You forgot that.
I'm Nick Floburn and I've been a contributor to the Instant Fan Reaction on Redvee TV all season. Still currently playing for Glasgow Rugby League, and these are my 3 picks for Player of the Year. Coming in at number 3 is Joe Batchelor. I think Joe's been brilliant this year. He's really contributed to the whole team effort and has really deserved some sort of mention for his performances this year. Coming in at 2 and narrowly missing out on top spot for me is Will Hapilati. I think that injuries aside, where he's been quite unlucky, it's been definitely shown us with Will and us without Will are 2 very different teams. I know the fan base is quite divided on the guy, but I do find that he has been brilliant and been class when he has played and not afraid to put his body on the line, is certainly shown against Huddersfield. And coming in my top spot is Jack Wellsby, not called Super Jack for nothing. Has been absolutely phenomenal this season. Has contributed to many a close win, and his versatility has also shown through, obviously with Will being injured or having to come off mid-game, his versatility of being able to play at full back and in the halves has been put to the test this season. So, fair play to him. Will definitely be a nailed-on starter, or at least involved in the England national team for the World Cup, and he fully deserves that. Obviously, picking these three has been massively hard, considering that every single player has been fantastic this season, and obviously winning the League Leaders' Shield, and hopefully reappearance in the grand final once we take on Salford. But that's my three main picks, and I hope you've enjoyed it.
Lads, Dom McCormack, sporadic saboteur to the instant fan reaction on occasion. Delighted to be asked to contribute to the Redvee TV 2022 Player of the Year. So without further ado, my three in reverse order. Number three has got to be Conrad Hurrell. I think he surpassed everyone's expectations when he came to the club. He supposedly passed it by a lot of Leeds fans, all laughing at the fact that we signed him. But for me, he's had a massive impact on the team. I can almost feel it in my waters a little bit that he's going to have a say towards the end of the year, hopefully in this last two games, fingers crossed. A bit like Kevin Nagano did last year. He's got all the attributes for that big occasion. And like I said a couple of months ago, and I keep saying it now and again, Wolfie, give him the ball early. And he'll have a big say on what could be a memorable year for the Saints. My number two, the rock on which we've built our church. How can he not be in the top three? James Roby. Unbelievable performances this year. Absolutely remarkable. How can he not be in the top three? And Eamon, so I'll start saving up that pop and crisp money, mate, because we're going to need that second statue, I think. And then finally, my Redvee TV nomination for Player of the Year goes to a bloke who, for the past 12 years, has been the most unsung hero in our team. Almost under the shadow of the mercurial James Roby. This bloke this year has steered the ship, and I think a lot of it is down to him as to how he finished the season in terms on top. Johnny Lomax, the guy, it's just unbelievable how he hasn't been acknowledged by the wider media on more occasions. I mean that in terms of the Man of Steel, and also even week by week whenever Saints are on Sky, he gets mentions now and again, but the focus on it should be on his game. The guy's unbelievable. Epitomised by, I suppose, the last minute try at Wigan this year at Magic, but he's everywhere. He's steering the ship under the fact that we've lost Lewis Dodd as well. And yeah, for me, Johnny Lomax has got to be up there as this year's Player of the Year. The guy's just an absolute saint through and through, and he deserves the accolades. Might be controversial at number one, but the guy is just sensational. So thanks very much. I hope that helps with the debate, and come on you Saints, let's do it at number 4.
Hi, it's Johnny Lou here from, well, I've done a couple of Redvee instant fan reactions, and I've been asked to do a video to basically give my Player of the Year nominations for Saints. So at number 3, this lad has been with us straight from the academy all the way up. He's been an outstanding player for us over the years, and this year he's carried us around the pitch most of the year with one arm, and that is Mr. Johnny Lomax. Absolutely superb stuff. Number 2, this man was very much unlucky to not make the Super League Dream Team. He has been a whirlwind off the bench for us, and he's absolutely turned it around this year. He has been one of our standout performers, and he's grabbed the town's hearts, I think, this year, and that is Iggy Parsley. Superb stuff yet again. And number 1, this lad has come straight from League One all the way up to making his England debut this year. Well deserved. He tackles absolutely everything that moves. He's the first man in. Well, probably most of the time whenever our line gets up. He's been superb this year. Was our most consistent performer last year. He's popped up with a few tries of his own, running great lines, and well, there's nothing else more to say. Deserves his song, and that is number 12, Joe Bachelor. Superb stuff yet again. And yeah, there's my Player of the Year nominations. See you later.
So, thank you to the boys for sharing their selections for the Redvee panel Player of the Year. And it's only fitting that I've come here to a sunny, totally wicked stadium to make my top 3 selections and announce the overall winner of the award for 2022. So, without further ado, in 3rd place, I have gone for Johnny Lomax. And the reason I've done this is because he so often, as Don McCormick was saying, goes under the radar. But this year, he has done that with essentially one arm since suffering that biceps injury. He's took one for the team, essentially, in the absence of Lewis Dodd. And in recent years, or in years gone by, the likes of Sean Long, when they've gone down at half-back, that usually spelled the end of Saints' chances for the season. But Johnny Lomax has carried us around the pitch. He's been absolutely phenomenal. And he got his just rewards in the grand final by winning the Harry Sunderland Trophy. In any other team in Super League, he'd be up for Man of Steel. Just his toughness, his way of guiding us around the pitch, his leadership, and last but not least, his skill. So Johnny Lomax in our top 3, or my top 3 anyway. 2nd place, he was a man who split the fan base when we signed him. Many said he wouldn't get into our team, he wouldn't get into our squad. Leeds fans seemed glad to let him go. But I remember the Conrad Harrell that started in Super League and blitzed the opposition. And Christian Wolf has got him in. He's got him fit, he's got him firing. And most of all, he's got him happy. And a happy Conrad Harrell is a dangerous beast. He's been absolutely superb all year for us. His enthusiasm, his willingness to do the hard yards, his dancing, his interactions with the crowd. He's a real crowd pleaser. And you have to say, he's one of the first names on the team sheet, given his willingness to play wherever he's asked to. And he also comes up with a few crucial tries as well. And in 1st place, he's a man who was a little bit of a slow burner when he came to the club. He did a lot of community work early on. He was a star in League One, and he's now a star in Super League. He's been absolutely tremendous for us this year. He's a crowd favourite. He's probably got one of the most iconic Saints songs of a generation. He comes up with tries when you need them. He tackles anything that moves. He's absolutely rock solid, dependable. And it's only fitting that he got an England cap, and he's hopefully going to be in that World Cup squad announced at the end of this week. And it is the one and only Joe Bachelor. Mr. Alf certainly get his money worth out of that sponsorship deal. So, without further ado, it is time to announce the Redvee Player of the Year. Now, we've done this by collating the votes that we've got. It was a point for 3rd place, 3 points for 2nd, and 5 points for 3rd. In 3rd place was James Roby with 8 points. In 2nd was Conrad Harrell with 12 points. But in top spot, it has to be the man himself, Joe Bachelor. He's been absolutely phenomenal for us, and it's only fitting that he gets recognised with the Redvee.net Fans Panel Player of the Year award. But we want to know what you think in the comments below. So we'd like to see your top 3 for the season. Do you agree with the panel, or do you think it should be someone else? Interesting. Out of the 7 of us who voted in the award, 8 different players got nominated, and notable absentees were still superstars such as Alex Walmsley and the likes, and that says it all for us. But for Joe Batchelor to come out on top resoundingly shows just what a season he has had in the Redvee, and hopefully he can go round again next year, because he's a man who continually gets better. So just to end, there was the voting, and that was the final scores on the doors. So let us know in the comments below your top 3. We'd be delighted to hear it, and then we'll have some debate on social media. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you very soon for another episode of Redvee TV.